So with another Anthony Davis report surrounding the Boston Celtics, the conversations have
Another
reignited.
One.
The segment is brought to you by 1in100. Head over to 1in100.co, where you can score tickets to go see the Bruins, the Patriots, and the Celtics, including Friday night's game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Giannis.
Entry is 100% free. Head over to 1in100.co. That's 1in100.co and enter the raffle today. Gentlemen,
That Bucks game's going to be good.
are you two tired of Anthony Davis talk? I'm a little tired of Anthony Davis talk. But when the Celtics
I'm not tired.
drop 2 games in a row, does that change your tune at all? No?
No, not after 2 games. No, but dude, look at the whole season, not just 2 games. I mean, when you
So
take,
you were never tired of the Anthony Davis talk? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm ready to go. I'll talk about Anthony Davis all day.
The
Let's talk
Rose
about
rule
him tomorrow,
doesn't
too.
want you to just, wait till the
I'm saying this.
offseason.
I mean,
Pump the brakes a
you know,
little bit.
Yeah, enjoy this team first.
Oh no, I can enjoy this team and still think about the future. But let me say this: when you look at this team that you've been watching all year, are you as confident in what the Celtics have now as you were last offseason when that talk was still going strong? Maybe you didn't want to part with certain players. Now, are you more willing to entertain trading it for Anthony Davis now than you were before? That's
Sure,
kind of a fair question.
It is. I think right now there's a lot more people out there that would say there's more expendable pieces than they had said during the playoffs last year. I mean, that's what happens over the stretch of a season. We're just going through it with some of these young guys right now. And again, it's hard to say because we're not even at the All-Star break right now. And, NBA season is a long one. They go through ebbs and flows. But to answer your initial question, yes, I'm really tired about the Anthony Davis deal. Part of me would want the Lakers just to jump at him at the trade deadline and just end this conversation. But now that won't happen.
You're a lot of fun.
That
You must
won't happen.
be a blast at
I'm
parties.
glad you said that, Grenham,
You're the
because
worst.
that's why I'm so tired of this conversation, because there's no other team that's going to jump in there, or at least that's going to make it worth their while. There's no other team that could trump the Celtics' offer.
It's the Lakers and the
So
Celtics.
you might as well wait to the offseason with the Rose rule out of the way. You still have the pick. This is something that will probably have to happen prior to the NBA draft, or maybe on draft night.
Yeah. I mean,
But
let me make it clear. There is no way.
depending on how the Kings finish, that's going to really push this conversation.
It will, but yeah, there's no chance that the Pelicans do that at the deadline because of the assets that Boston holds, and they know the interest that Boston has. So there's no chance that happens.
That's not even the argument. The argument is just in general. Are you more entertaining this thought, this idea, this trade?
I am.
It doesn't matter what you think or you think what I think. The only guy
I think it matters what we think.
Is Danny Ainge tired of the talk? And I would say absolutely not, because the Celtics go through the rest of the season in similar fashion.
Yeah.
Maybe they get to the Eastern Conference Finals and they don't make it. You're trying to tell me that Danny Ainge isn't at least interested in picking up that phone and seeing what he can get? Of course he is. Because you know what? As of right now, I'm not sold on this team as a team. I don't watch this team and I think, you know what? That's a team. A couple years ago when I saw Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, and those players, that to me was more of a team. So if Danny Ainge is thinking the same thing I'm thinking, he's looking at the roster construction. He's saying, we need to make a change. And I'm saying if things continue to go the way they are, he's going to say, we need to make a change. And I think at that point, nobody's off limits.
Also, push all of this off, just focus on Anthony Davis right now. He's a top 5 player in the NBA. He is a monster. He's on the market.
Modern day
The
KD.
Celtics are interested. They have a
continue to be
ton of assets. Doesn't even matter what the team's doing right now. You have to pick up the phone and call. That's a no-brainer.
All right, Chris, I'm convinced. Give me your Godfather offer right now. You just convinced me. What do you got? You're Danny Ainge. Pelicans call you.
Well, it depends. So right now they've got those 4 potential picks.
What are you going to part ways with here? What are you saying here?
The thought of parting ways with 4 potential first-round picks makes me want to throw up. It makes me want to vomit. But think about that. That's a monster offer.
This team
You're a gambling man.
But look at who. But
this
look
team
at
does not need any more picks.
But they don't need more
arrived.
picks. And look at who you're going after. So I think it would take 2 first-round picks if you're throwing in someone like a Tatum or a Brown. It would take 3 plus.
Tatum or Brown. Brown is not in the same stratosphere as Tatum.
I'm hanging up the phone. Jimmy, what do you got?
Exactly.
What do you got, Jimmy? I'm hanging up the phone. Done. Jimmy, what do you got for me?
This is like Brown. This is
You're
like
starting off with picks? No. No.
You don't want first-round picks?
No.
You don't want to start with 4
the conversation
first-round
starts
picks?
with Jason Tatum.
Sure.
Put yourself
Okay,
in their
that's
shoes.
fair.
Sure.
That's
It does.
fair.
It starts with
But
Jason
if I offer
Tatum.
4 first-round picks, you hang up the phone because I didn't mention Tatum? You're crazy.
That
That's
should
why
be
you're
the-
not a GM.
That
Get
should be
outta
the
here.
first thing out of your mouth. Okay,
Get
I'm starting
outta
with Jason
here.
Tatum. I want Jaylen
Is
Brown.
Kevin McHale the GM? Who's the GM?
I'm willing to wait to see what Jaylen Brown's going to do. Jimmy, where do you stand?
Okay,
I mean, who else are we talking about here?
Okay, no, I get it.
Marcus Morris expiring deal, who could obviously play at a high level.
Just stop.
Come on,
It comes down.
They won't trade Marcus Morris
It's gonna come down to Tatum. Obviously, most likely it would be tough to.
I don't
get,
think they'd trade
It would be
Tatum.
tough to get Davis without trading Tatum, and I'm not trying to trade Tatum either by any means.
Yeah.
But okay,
You're
what
leaning
if
towards
it's
it.
Kyrie? What if it's Kyrie and 3 first-round picks? What if it's
Who said Kyrie's on the market?
I'm not saying this. I'm just saying what's it
I
going to
didn't
take
even
to
start the
get him?
conversation.
I know.
What's it gonna take
Obviously,
to get him?
it would take
Yeah,
that.
God,
they will.
but here's the problem now. Brown has lost value. Gordon Hayward has lost value. Those first-round picks, I know you're in love with them, but some of them are going to be later in the draft. And guess what? A lot of those guys, they mean nothing in the end. So not a lot of GMs would feel the same way about X first-round pick as somebody else would. So it really depends. Do the Celtics even have enough? Do they have what
it takes
the Pelicans are going to want, or would they rather have what the Lakers want? So we're going to have this conversation a million more times, obviously, but it's something to talk about. It's interesting.
It'd be interesting to kind of track these guys actively throughout the rest of the year with this in mind.
Well, you just named all those players. You know when their stock will be really high? In the offseason, Jimmy. After a deep playoff run, whether the Celtics bow out in the Eastern Conference Finals,
how deep we'll see.
In the NBA Finals, I mean, obviously some players are going to be tricky. Maybe looking at a sign and trade type of situation, whether we're talking about Rozier maybe or Marcus Morris. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see. I'm telling you, let's put this conversation on hold. But in the meantime,
commenters are going to hate us. That's okay.
Keep hating on us. Keep drooling over Anthony Davis. If you think 4 first-round picks and Terry Rozier will get it done, because if you start the conversation with those picks, I'm assuming that the player is not going to be someone of Jason Tatum.
I love my picks.
But we'll wait and see. Hit us up in the comment section.